Hello and welcome to Finsemble. On screen, you'll see the Finsemble launcher bar. When I logged in, Finsemble automatically pulled up the launcher bar tailored to me. When you log in, you'll see your company's fonts, colors, icons, and logos, as well as application menus that are loaded up based on entitlements and which applications have been loaded into Finsemble inside your organization. I'm going to go ahead and take this launcher bar and dock it to the top of the screen to get it out of our way. From here, I'll load up a couple of different applications. First, a sample news feed, and then a technical analysis chart. Now, as you can see, I now have two independent windows on the desktop. But inside Finsemble, these windows can interact with each other. As I move the chart close to the news feed, you'll see that it snaps. I can get a snap assist as I resize the news feed to fit. I can dock them together to move them around as a single unit. I can now resize them as a group. I can even minimize and maximize them. Now, once I save this into a workspace, all of these will be saved exactly in the position they are, exactly in the state that they are. Go ahead and call this one October 7. And so when I reopen my workspace, it'll have all of the applications exactly how I left them. But beyond being able to have these windows interact with each other, these independent applications can talk to each other. So I have a Tesla newsfeed and I have an Apple chart. But if I want to look at an Apple newsfeed, I can just drag and drop from one window to the other, and it will update the context for this window. I can also link these windows together on color channels, which allow them to stay synchronized whenever I make changes from one to the other. Note that context can be shared across not just applications inside Finsemble, but shared context with applications outside of Finsemble, such as Bloomberg Launchpad. Now, that's a very simple example of sharing a symbol as context. I'm going to go ahead and pull open a second chart to show a slightly more advanced version of context sharing. So in this chart, I'm going to go ahead and add some technical indicators. I'm going to go ahead and change the chart type. And now when I drag and drop from one chart to the other, not only is it going to send my symbol, but it's going to send all of the structured metadata about the chart itself, the layout, the indicators, etc. This is a somewhat more advanced example of context sharing. Now, both of the applications that I showed you there were HTML5 applications. So I'm going to pull up a native application, this one built in the .NET framework. We support .NET using both WPF and WinForms, and we support Java using JavaFX and Java Swing. Now this window has a similar looking title bar, but this one is native, but I can still snap and dock. I can move these around. I can still minimize and maximize as a group. But most importantly, this native window and this HTML5 window can talk with each other. So as I drag and drop from one to the other, you'll see that it sends the symbol. I can also access from the .NET application any of the underlying services architecture for Finsemble. So for instance, from here, if instead of launching an application from the launcher bar, I want to go ahead and launch a news feed, I can go ahead and spawn that component directly from my .NET application. Now let's take a look at a somewhat more advanced example of workflow using different applications being tied together through the Finsemble framework. So I'm going to pull up an order management system so I can see all of my pending orders. I'm going to go ahead and open up Symfony. And once I have these two applications open, my order management system and Symfony, different orders might start coming in. And you'll see that I start getting notifications over here on the right-hand side. Each of these notifications comes in either from a client-side application or from the server and provides action buttons. And from here, I can say, hey, I want to go ahead and accept this BHP order. And you'll see that it's actually now going to show up in my blotter in my order management system. Now you'll probably notice that these notifications start to disappear and go away. I can see all of the orders that I haven't yet dealt with, and I can act upon them from here. So again, I can click accept order, or if I want to look at a chart, I can open up a chart of that particular symbol. These notifications are completely customizable, both the contents as well as the action buttons that are associated with them. Now once I have some orders here that are actually open and being processed, I might want to take this order and send it out via Symphony to find a counterparty. So I can simply take one of my items here. I can drag it from my blotter down into Symphony. You'll see that the indication of interest goes out. You'll see that I have a notification telling me that it's gone out. And now I can see that the order came back in. I can click on this button and actually filter my trade blotter just to show those trades that were actually worked as part of that order. So now we're using Finsemble not just to bring windows together, not just to share context between them, but based on notifications to drive a multi-step, multi-application workflow. And these workflows can be customized for any use case across sales and trading, middle and back office, as well as things like call centers and other applications. To see how Finsemble can be used for your particular use case, please contact us for more information.